box. First thing I got was the computer case. For $49.69, I got the NZXT Technology Source 220 case, and this thing, it looks really cool. I like it. I really like the very simplistic design, lots of holes, so lots of airflow. It's really good. For the power supply, I got the RaidMax RX 450K. It's a 450 watt power supply for $23.88. For one of the most important parts of the computer, the motherboard, I got the Gigabyte H87 1150 Crossfire X motherboard thing, the GH87D3H. And I heard that Gigabytes make really good, long-lasting motherboards. So for $100.24 now, actually 3 days ago when I bought it, it was $103.24. So if I waited a couple days, I could have saved $3 and got myself some candy from Circle K. For the CPU, I got the Intel Core i5 quad-core 3 GHz with a 6 MB cache. It's 1150, so matches the motherboard, which I actually made a mistake. My other motherboard was an MSI. It has an 1155 processor pin mount thing. It's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to send this back. So I sent it back, got a refund, got the Gigabyte, which is the one I just showed you. For RAM, I have the Corsair Vengeance 4 GB. I actually got two of them, so it's 8 gigs of DDR3, which was $47.99 each, so it's like $90 or 90 something dollars just on RAM. More boxes. The NZXT Source 220 tower has lots of holes in it. Lots of holes. Lots of holes. 2 giant fans and wires and the manual. I just know I'm gonna lose one of these someday. Quad Core i5. It's like I'm reading some other language. What's upside down? Thing itself, and of course I'm gonna be using the stock heatsink on there. I'm not planning on overclocking this yet. DDR3 Corsair Vengeance RAM does look sexy though. So everything's in except for the graphics card, which I have yet to order, and also my second RAM, which is yet to come in. Should be coming in sometime today or tomorrow. I got it all the computer built together. It runs quite well. I've actually installed a few games and actually played a few games, and it's actually playing games quite well without even using the integrated graphics on my CPU. It's playing games that my old computer wouldn't even be able to start or run at all. I cannot even imagine what it'll run when I do have the GPU installed. It's going to be amazing. The drives that I have 3 hard drives on my computer right now. I have a 240 gig solid state drive made by Kingston, and I have 2 terabytes, one black and one green, by Western Digital. My other RAM came in, so now I have 8 gigs of RAM, which is fantastic. I've noticed a really good performance rise in video editing and gameplay, so that's real good. The only thing I have left to get is the GPU. Finally came in. Yep, that's right. After months of just running off the integrated graphics of my CPU, I finally got a graphics card. It is an EVGA GTX 650 Ti with a 1 gig of GDDR5 RAM, and it works fantastically. I was able to get a solid 60 FPS on Battlefield 3 with normal to high settings with Fraps recording. And Far Cry 3 didn't do too bad with Fraps either, getting an average of 30 to 40 FPS. The graphics card brought my Windows Experience Index score from 4.9 to a 7.5 out of 7.9, which is good. Well, that's it for this video, and pretty soon you'll be expecting some gameplay videos from me personally of probably Far Cry 3, and maybe Just Cause 2. Or some other game that I find on Steam for cheap.